All right, today we're diving deep into some Nobel Prize winning work from the book Thinking Fast and Slow to uncover a hidden character who might just be secretly running your life.
But let's just start with a basic question. I mean, you feel like you're in the driver's seat of your own life, right? That you're the one consciously making your choices. But are you really?
Because what if I told you there's a stranger inside your head pulling the strings? That this entity made the decision to watch this explainer, decided what you ate for breakfast, and formed your strongest opinions, all milliseconds before you ever had a say. And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. This is the reality of how your brain actually works.
So let's get into it. To really understand the drama playing out in your mind, you need to meet the two main characters on stage, System 1 and System 2. Okay, so System 1, it's the star of the show. It's your gut reaction. It's lightning fast, totally automatic, and runs on emotion. It's how you just know that 2 plus 2 is 4 without even thinking. And then there's System 2. This is the character you think of as you. It's slow, logical, and takes real effort, like when you actually have to stop and figure out what 17 times 24 is. But here's the secret. System 2 is lazy. It gets tired really easily, so most of the time, it just kicks back and lets the impulsive System 1 run the entire show.
And that's where the trouble starts. See, System 1, the one in charge, is powerful, but it's also deeply flawed. It's a master of shortcuts, it jumps to conclusions, and honestly, it's constantly lying to you through these predictable little errors and illusions. And now, we're going to look at the evidence.
Think of this next part like we're in a courtroom. We're going to examine a few classic experiments that show just how easily that stranger in your mind can be manipulated.
So let's start with a little test. I'm going to ask you a quick question. Just come up with the first number that pops into your head. Ready? What percentage of African nations are in the United Nations? You got a number? Okay, hold on to it. Now, in this famous study, researchers used a rigged wheel of fortune. For the first group of people, they spun the wheel and it always landed on the number 10. Then they asked them that same question about African nations. For the second group, they did the exact same thing, but this time, the rigged wheel always stopped on 65. Now remember, this number is totally random. It has absolutely nothing to do with the actual question. The results were just wild. The group that saw the number 10, their average guess was 25%. But the group that saw 65, their average guess was 45%. That completely irrelevant number served as an anchor. System 1 just grabbed it as a starting point and basically dragged their entire perception of reality along with it. All right, on to the next piece of evidence. I want you to meet Linda. Here's a quick rundown. She's 31, single, outspoken, very bright. She was a philosophy major, and she's really passionate about social justice. Okay, so based on that description, which of these two statements is more probable? Just take a second. Go with your gut. Is it option 1, Linda is a bank teller? Or is it option 2, Linda is a bank teller and is active in the feminist movement? If you chose option 2, you're in very good company. Over 85% of doctoral students, some of the smartest people around, made the exact same choice. And logically speaking, you were all wrong. So what's going on here? This is a classic little mental glitch called the conjunction fallacy. Think about it. The group of all bank tellers in the world has to be bigger than the much smaller group of bank tellers who are also feminists. But your System 1 doesn't care about cold, hard logic. It wants a good story. And feminist bank teller just fits the story of Linda so much better, so it feels more plausible, and our brain mistakes that feeling for probability. So we've seen that our minds make these mistakes. We have the evidence. But the real question is, why? What's the motive behind all these mental shortcuts and errors? Well, it pretty much all comes down to one core idea that Kahneman calls WYSATI. That stands for, what you see is all there is. Your intuitive System 1 is basically a machine for jumping to conclusions. It takes whatever little information is right in front of it, assumes that's the whole story, and then it confidently builds the best narrative it can, while totally ignoring all the information it doesn't have. And here is a perfect and kind of scary example. Ask yourself, what causes more deaths in the US, tornadoes or asthma? Right away, your mind probably jumps to these dramatic, scary images of tornadoes from the news. Those stories are vivid and emotionally charged, so they're easily available in your memory. The reality? Asthma kills 80 times more people. But since those deaths aren't splashy or newsworthy, they're basically invisible to System 1. We judge how risky the world is not based on facts, but on how easily a scary story comes to mind.
So, where does all this leave us? After putting our own minds on trial, what's the final verdict? What's the big takeaway here?
The takeaway isn't that we're hopelessly irrational or that our brains are broken. It's that we're human. System 1 is an ancient survival machine. It was built for making snap judgments to keep us alive on the savannah, not for navigating the incredible complexities of the modern world. The goal isn't to get rid of it. It's just to be aware of it, to know when to hit pause and wake up our slower, more logical System 2. And that leaves us with one last thought. The next time you get a powerful gut feeling, or you make an instant judgment, or you feel absolutely 100% certain about something, just stop for 1 second and ask yourself, is this really me thinking? Or is it the stranger inside